What is going on today, guys? Today we're going to be working on my 2011 F-150. I'm going to be doing an installation video. Okay, you can't see it. Hold on. Wait a second. No, I can't see. An installation video on the LED fog lights. So what it is your standard fog lights are just your normal round with, your incandescent bulbs. And then we're going to be putting these in. I bought this kit off of Amazon. It's nothing special. You got wires. These are the brackets, so these will go directly where the fog lights are right now in order to allow the new LED pod lights to bolt up. And here are the lights. There's 6 LED design. I've had them for a while. The truck's been sitting in the storage unit, as you guys saw when I started the video. I had to get it today. So I've had these a while. I don't remember what brand they are. They're nothing special. I think I paid like 70 bucks for the entire kit to include the wiring, the mounts. The wiring is a direct wire up. So instead of having to splice the wires on your truck, it does come with the direct plug-ins for the fog lights. That way you can still use your knob to use them. So also, in the sense of being inexpensive, like I said, I only paid 75 bucks. I also have this. It's literally yellow headlight tint. So I'm gonna put the yellow headlight tint on the fog lights because I like the look of it. So yeah, that's gonna be today's video on how to do that. So I'll try to remember to show you the whole steps. Pretty easy. Bolt straight in. Everybody can do it. Like I said, it's just your standard fog light, so you don't have to put any messy wires in here. All you have to do, it wires up so you can still use this. That way it cleans up the dash and you don't have a bunch of random buttons. I'm also gonna get the A-pillar pods that come right out of the hood. I will have to find a place to put those. Somebody makes a kit that you can actually put switches in here, because my truck doesn't come with any toggle switches anywhere, and there's not a whole lot of places. The Raptor, that's what was on here. That toggle switch kit's kind of expensive, but we'll see when I do it. All right, so everything that comes in this kit here that I, like I said, just ordered off Amazon. You got 2 brackets that mount to the back of the pods. You have the 2 light pods. These are what mount right into where the fog light is currently. Bag of bolts. Like I said, it does come with the wiring adapters. You do have to do a little wire work because these don't have anything on the wires, so you do have to splice that yourself. And like I said, I did buy this separate. I'm gonna attempt to do that without screwing up. Worst comes to worst, I'm just gonna keep them clear. I'll try to show you before and after. It's gonna be a little harder because it's daytime, and I'm not gonna wait till tonight to do this. So, all right, so when it comes to putting this yellow film on here, what you're gonna wanna do is it does have like a peel side. So what you're gonna do is peel off the sticky side and push it down. Cut slightly larger than the area you're gonna put down. As you can see, it actually came out pretty good. There's no bubbles in there except for that tiny one right there. Start kind of the middle out is the way I did it, because it's kind of a pain because it's actually pretty sticky. And then just push out to the corners. If it starts to bubble up, pull it off a little bit and start pushing for the corners. You can kind of use your nail or use anything that has kind of a finer tip. Point it in, and then when it comes to cutting it, because obviously you have excess, take your standard Hobbycraft X-Acto. That way you can do some fine cuts and cut off the trim. All right, just like that, yellow tint's on there. Doesn't look too bad. It's a 2-sided protectant, so once you pull that top one off, it comes pretty clear. Shouldn't really inhibit the light output at all. So these on the wires are already cut. So you just need yourself a pair of crimpers. One thing you do have to look out for, I didn't exactly go for the most expensive kit. They have nicer ones like from American Trucks, whatnot. So there's wire. And there's the plug. I tried to unplug it and it is stuck in there really good. I tried to grab the metal. Okay, focus now. and it just ripped the wire right out. Now I can get the wire back in. So what I'm gonna try to do is, I don't really have any connections like this. I can't get that out. So I'm gonna attempt to solder it back together. Quick fix. Don't try to pull it out again, apparently. Whoops. You're gonna wanna start by turning your wheel all the way one direction and apparently letting it unturn. That's cool. That way you can get to your fog lights. So this is what they look like. So from my knowledge, you gotta take this completely out. This is the adjustment screw for the height. So take that all out, sorry. The spring will come out, and then there's a clip over on this side. So just start trying to do this while looking through a phone. Start by unplugging this. This clip here, you just kind of have to pull it off. And that's what the new plug will plug into. And then you're gonna need a Phillips style screwdriver that can get up there somehow. All right, so update, I got it out. You said it was right here. It's a pain, so you have to start with this. Oh. Start with this, but it starts to hit down here. So then I had to just get a short pair of pliers to get past my 35s to get it out. So now there's a little clip on each side, and that's what you'll push to get it out. All right, so what you're trying to do is on each side, there's those little tabs. Just get a long flathead. You gotta get up, get underneath the front, and it pushes, come on, it pushes out in order to get. All right, so this is what the bracket looks like installed. Those little clips, it actually just bolts straight through there on both sides. You wanna make sure to have the head of the screws in here, that way there's less interference. So that is just your appropriate size Allen wrench. The other side is a 10 millimeter. It sits flush against the back. So you gotta do to get the 10 millimeter, your Allen wrench through the front, lay on the ground, get all dirty. Helps to clean the truck before you do this. Mine's not too bad though. And then yeah, so now we'll get the light installed. It just bolts right through here. The wire runs right through here, the bolt. You want to, this is how you adjust it up and down in the actual hole. And then on the light pod, I'll show you. Light pod, once you get that put together, that's how you're gonna adjust how high up and down it is aimed. Obviously you don't want these too high, that's not the purpose of them. So now we'll adjust it, get it installed. I still have the factory fog light in, so I'll show you a comparison of what these two look like together. And then I'll get the other one installed, show you what the entire thing looks like. If I still have the truck tonight, I'll show you a video of what it looks like in the dark, how bright these things are. I don't even remember the lumens. All right, so we got the one side installed. As you can see, it's quite a bit brighter. The yellow doesn't actually show up quite as well in person as it does on the camera. You can see and I personally think that it looks a lot better than the factory round one. It doesn't fill the hole quite as much. But I'll show you, just that one fog light's pretty bright. And this is in the middle of a day shining into a pretty well lit garage. So that's what it looks like. Now I'll get the other side installed and we'll see a final and we'll go from there. Real quick, one thing to note, you do have quite a bit extra wire. So right here, you can see that bar. You can probably just zip tie all this to there to clean it up, get it out of the way. Make sure it doesn't hit the tires and wear through, because you do not want that. So more side notes. So this plug right here is what plugs into the OEM fog light adapter. As you saw on the bottom of the bracket, there's that square hole. Fun fact, this doesn't fit through that hole. Sideways, normal ways, nah, it doesn't fit. So you can either do it two ways. You can either assemble it after it's in the bracket, after it's in the truck, but that makes zero sense to me. Ooh. So what I did is, if you just shave this down a little bit, Yeah, if you just shave down the edges a little bit all the way around, it'll fit fine. Just be careful not to hit that little nub, because that's what locks it in. So as you can see, I just sanded it down. I went a little thin. I went a little thin right there. I didn't go all the way through, so it's fine. I used my table grinder. You can use like literally just woodwork sanding. It's not a hard plastic, so whatever you got to do to make it through that hole. All right, so I got it all finished up. I actually did it a while ago, but I just cleaned my whole truck. So they fill out the hole pretty good. I mean, it's a little obviously not the same as the factory fog light, and they are quite a bit brighter. The thing about doing the yellow overlays is it kind of, it's hard to see, it's the bottom half. The yellow gets overpowered by how bright these lights actually are. I can't even focus, so bright. The yellow gets overpowered. It is still slightly yellow, but not the same as if you were to actually install a yellow LED pod. So I'll insert what it looks like here. All right, so this is what it's gonna look like. So here's normal headlights. Okay, this is the fog lights. So I do have them aimed down, so it seems like a lot of light, but most of the direct lights aiming right in front of you. But this is a flood spot combo pod, so direct light goes down, but then it fills it out pretty good. And this is, this is headlights, and then headlights with fog lights. So they're pretty bright. They might be a little too bright to run during the day, or I mean just normal driving. We'll see how long I get before getting somebody annoyed with me. So that's that's going to be it for today's video. If you have any questions about what I had to do to get some of this stuff to fit, it was a little finishing, comment down below. If you can, please like and subscribe to the video. This is going to be my 3rd video on YouTube. So I am new, still getting used to actually recording everything. Check out my last video. I'm working on my BMW, which is going to be one of the other main cars on the channel. I will be doing some more work in how-to videos. Subscribe if you want to see any more of that. How-to videos on the BMW. Just car life here. I live in Boise, Idaho. So like I said, that's the video for today. Thanks for watching, guys.